Today we're going on a journey through the most American story Walt Disney ever told, and we're going to put your Disney history to the test. Here's a quick note for our community before we get started. This video is designed to be calm and comfortable for everyone. No flashing lights, no sudden loud sounds, and no rapid cuts. You're safe here. America turns 250 this year, and nobody has told the story quite like Disney. From Walt's dream of a perfect city to Liberty Square built without a single restroom, to a castle that lights up the 4th of July sky, Disney and America have always been tangled together in the most magical way. Today we're going to test how well you know that story. 30 questions over 3 rounds. Welcome to Disney's America. Okay, round 1. Walt's America. These questions are about the man himself, his life, his love for his country, and the American spirit that shaped everything he's built. Walt Disney was born on December 5th, 1901. In what American city was he born? Chicago, Illinois. Walt was born in the Hermosa neighborhood on the north side of Chicago, a city that was still rebuilding from the Great Fire, just 30 years before his birth. As a teenager during World War I, Walt Disney lied about his age so he could serve his country. What organization did he join to drive ambulances in France? The American Red Cross Ambulance Corporation. Walt was just 16 years old, too young to enlist, but he wanted to do his part, so he drove ambulances through post-war France. Walt Disney grew up in a small Missouri town that would later inspire one of Disney's most iconic locations. What is the name of the town? Marceline, Missouri. Sorry if I mispronounced that. The quiet streets, the small town warmth, the sense of community. Walt carried it all with him. It became the heart of Main Street, USA. In 1964, Walt Disney received the highest honor a United States civilian can earn. What is that honor called? The Presidential Medal of Freedom. President Lyndon B. Johnson presented it to Walt in September 1964, just 2 years before Walt's passing. Walt Disney brought an audio animatronic of Abraham Lincoln to the 1964 World's Fair. What was that attraction called? Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln was one of the most ambitious audio animatronic creations Disney had ever attempted, and it later moved permanently to Disneyland, where it stands to this day. During World War II, Disney made a wartime cartoon showing Donald Duck paying his income taxes to fund the war. What was it called? The New Spirit, released in 1942, followed by The Spirit of 43 in 1943. These Treasury Department films were credited with significantly increasing the number of Americans who filed income taxes to help fund the war effort. Donald Duck, Patriot. Walt Disney dreamed of a planned, futuristic American city powered by technology. What did he call it? Epcot, the experimental prototype community of tomorrow. Walt envisioned it as a real working city, not a theme park. After his passing, his brother Roy and the Imagineers reimagined it as what we know today. Walt Disney won more Oscars than any other individual in history. How many statuettes did he receive in total? 26. That includes 22 competitive Oscars and 4 honorary awards, plus the special Snow White Award, which came with 1 full-size statuette and 7 miniature ones, a record that still stands today. Disneyland opened its gates to the American public on July 17th of what year, marking the moment Walt's dream became real? 1955. Opening day was chaotic, joyful, and imperfect, just like America itself. Walt appeared on live television and dedicated the park to the young and the young at heart, and changed entertainment forever. Walt Disney passed away in 1966 before Walt Disney World was even designed. One of its lands pays tribute to the Revolutionary era. What is it called? Liberty Square. Walt never walked those cobblestones, but everything in that land, the Liberty Tree, the Hall of Presidents, the Liberty Bell riverboat carries his American dream forward. Round 2. Liberty Square and the Hall of Presidents, the most patriotic real estate in any theme park on Earth. Liberty Square is named after what specific era in American history? The American colonial era, specifically the time of the Revolutionary War, roughly 1770s and 1780s. Every detail from the cobblestones to the architecture is designed to reflect that period. Liberty Square features a replica of one of America's most enduring symbols of freedom. In what Pennsylvania city is the original displayed today? Philadelphia. The original Liberty Bell is housed at the Liberty Bell Center near Independence Hall, the very place where the Declaration of Independence was signed, two symbols of freedom standing just steps apart. The Hall of Presidents opened in 1971 with every U.S. president represented, but only one had a speaking role. Which president spoke? Abraham Lincoln. In the original 1971 version, Lincoln was the only president to deliver a full speech. Later updates added speaking roles for the newly elected presidents, but Lincoln has always been at the center of the story. The Liberty Tree in Liberty Square is decorated with lanterns, one per each original colony. How many are there? 13. One lantern for each of the original 13 colonies. The Liberty Tree itself is a real southern live oak, transplanted to the park and carefully rooted as a living piece of American history. The Liberty Bell riverboat travels along the rivers of America at the Magic Kingdom. What style of historic American watercraft does it represent? Authentic steam-powered stern-wheel paddle boat, although it is no longer there because it was removed for the new card land being built. Liberty trees were real colonial gathering places where colonists rallied against the British rule. Where did the most famous one stand? Boston, Massachusetts. Colonists would gather beneath the elm tree to protest British taxation and organize resistance. The British cut it down in 1775, but its spirit never left. The ghost host says the Haunted Mansion holds 999 happy haunts, but there's always room for more. How many more? One more. You. The Haunted Mansion has been extending that invitation since 1971, and somehow every single guest takes it personally. That is extraordinary storytelling. The Haunted Mansion references one of America's oldest horror stories, The Headless Horseman. Who wrote it? Washington Irving. His Legend of Sleepy Hollow, set in the Hudson Valley of New York, is one of the oldest pieces of American horror fiction ever written. Disney first adapted it in 1949. Its spirit has haunted the mansion ever since. Before the Hall of Presidents, Walt had an American themed Disneyland concept that never got built. What was it called? Liberty Street. Walt envisioned a full colonial American themed street for Disneyland, complete with a Hall of Presidents attraction. Budget constraints kept it from being built during his lifetime. Magic Kingdom finally brought it to life, just not where Walt originally imagined it. Every Magic Kingdom land has it. Liberty Square doesn't. What's missing and why? Restrooms to stay historically accurate. Most of the flags seen along Main Street, USA aren't official American flags. They're missing a star or a stripe, a small intentional detail that keeps them outside the US flag code, so Disney doesn't have to follow the rules for retiring them. But there's one real flag. One official full American flag flies on Main Street, and every single day as the sun starts to set, it comes down in a full ceremonial lowering, just the way it's supposed to, quietly, respectfully, the right way. In place of imagination, that one flag is completely genuinely real. And now on to round three, our final round, hidden American history in Disney parks. These are the stories they don't always put on the signs. In the partner statue at Magic Kingdom, Walt's left arm points toward the future. Which arm holds Mickey's hand? His right arm. Walt's right hand reaches down to Mickey's, a gesture of invitation and partnership. His left arm points forward, towards the park, towards the dream. The statue is designed so that no matter where you stand, Walt is pointing somewhere worth going. Main Street USA's windows are painted with names, but why? What do those names represent? It's a thank you to the people who helped build Disney parks. They act as a real walk of fame for Imagineers, artists, and key leaders. Getting a window is one of the highest honors a Disney cast member can receive. Tom Sawyer's fictional hometown was inspired by the real Missouri city where Mark Twain spent his boyhood. Name it. Hannibal, Missouri. The fictional St. Petersburg in Twain's novels is a portrait of Hannibal, the Mississippi River town where Twain grew up. Tom Sawyer Island is Walt's tribute to that era of American childhood freedom. No screen, no schedule, just an island to explore. Liberty Square's Columbia Harbor House honors a real American vessel. What was the Columbia's great distinction? The Columbia was the first American ship to circumnavigate the globe. She achieved this historic voyage between 1787 and 1790. The ship was also the first to explore the Pacific Northwest and is credited with giving Columbia River its name. In Magic Kingdom's Town Square, Royal Disney sits on a bench with one very special character. Who is it? Minnie Mouse, installed in 1999, the statue is a quiet tribute to Roy, the man who often is overlooked beside his famous brother, but Roy built what Walt dreamed of. He deserves every inch of that bench. Walt Disney had a working miniature railroad in his own backyard. What was it called? The Carrollwood Pacific Railroad, named after Carrollwood Drive, the street where Walt's home in Los Angeles was located. Walt kept a private apartment above a Main Street USA building at Disneyland. Which building? Main Street Fire Station. Walt would watch guests arriving from his window above. After his passing, a lamp was left burning in the window as a permanent tribute. It has been left lit ever since. Hidden along the rivers of America at Magic Kingdom is a fort named after Mark Twain, using his real birth name. What is the fort called? Fort Langhorne. It was originally named Fort Sam Clemens. Both names are tributes to Mark Twain, whose real birth name was Samuel Langhorne Clemens. Magic Kingdom utilidors exist because something at Disneyland bothered Walt. What was it? Cast members breaking the story. Cast members being in costume crossing the wrong theme land, breaking that story. In Liberty Square at Magic Kingdom, every detail celebrates the birth of a nation. For all the marbles, what year was that nation born? 1776, the year America was born, and the year Disney's Liberty Square was built to honor forever. That's 250 years today. Happy birthday, America. And that's all 30 questions of Disney's America, our celebration of 250 years of magic and history. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hype button, subscribe for more Disney stories coming your way. Let me know in the comments below which question surprised you the most, and which one did you know immediately. I want to know. Until next time, start with love, end with kindness, and find her in a smile today. See you real soon.